Hey, welcome back to the Infinite Woman Universe Show. I'm your host, Angela, and today we are going to talk about what to do if you failed at hitting your goals this last year, or really what if you've sabotaged your goals and what you can do to kind of bounce back for next year. So if you didn't hit any of your goals or you hit some goals and not the others, stay tuned because this is for you. Hey, I'm Angela Turpin, and I'm a trauma healer and self-sabotage slayer. I help soul-aligned service providers and trauma coaches slay self-sabotage so that they can embody freedom, live on their terms, and do business their way. And with the new year coming up, there's a lot of planning and reflecting over the last year. And of course, people are all about setting these new goals and talking about the goals that they've hit in this last year, which I feel like is great. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not a hater. We're not going to go there. I feel like it's great. But also at the same time, what do you do if you didn't hit your goals? That's kind of difficult to deal with. It's much easier to brag about all the goals that you've accomplished in the last year than it is to be honest with yourself and potentially be honest with your audience about not hitting goals, and especially income goals, right? In a society that is hyper focused on money, what do you do when you didn't hit your income goals and you're a coach, or you're a life coach, or you provide some type of soul aligned services, or you help people with trauma, or whatever the case is, right? What do you do? Because a lot of marketing and a lot of selling points is I help these clients hit these big wins or make this kind of money, and I make 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures, etc., etc., etc. What do you do? Okay, and it doesn't really necessarily matter how you didn't make those goals, okay? But the reality is that a lot of it comes from self-sabotage, okay? And if you struggle with self-sabotage at all in any way, shape, or form, check out this playlist because it will help you so much. And I am so excited to tell you that Self-Sabotage Slayer is officially ready. So if you are tired of self-sabotaging and you want to embody freedom and slay self-sabotage for good, check out the Self-Sabotage Slayer course. It is so, so powerful. I actually just got off a call for the last beta, for the last group coaching call for the beta run. I don't know where I was going with that. But anyway, but it was a beautiful course. These women saw amazing results, mind-blowing results, just from showing up in their business, taking aligned action without hesitation, without second guessing themselves, and even seeing shifts in their relationships. Okay, I was not expecting that. I mean, I knew I would see those kind of things, but not at the capacity that we did. And I just feel like that's amazing. Who doesn't want their relationships to shift out of doing their own personal work? So if you're interested in that, check out the link below. I will be sure to link that. So I've linked the Self-Sabotage Slayer, but the reality is that once we set goals and then we attempt to work on them and then we fail at achieving them for whatever the reason is, it usually is essentially self-sabotage, okay? And it's there for some reason. I can't really dive into all of that. We're talking about what to do if you have failed at your goals for any capacity, okay? I want to share with you, this last year for me was a struggle, just all the way around. To the point where I'm not even sure what happened to my goals. I don't even know where to find them. I write them down. I do that like everybody, you're supposed to. I don't know where they are. Like I don't even know where they are, which I feel like is crazy. So this year I have goals and I have them written down, and I feel like things are definitely better. So, but I want you to know that if you've struggled this year, if this was a hard year for you, if you feel like, you didn't even bother setting goals this last year, that's okay. I just want you to know that that's okay. Know that I understand where you're coming from, okay? And I want you to know that you can bounce back. You can make things happen for yourself, okay? But first and foremost, in order for you to be able to bounce back or to overcome not hitting your goals, the most important thing that you must do is allow yourself to feel whatever it is that you're feeling about not hitting your goals. Okay, so this could look like failure, this could look like shame, this could look like guilt, disappointment, right? Any of those really heavy emotions that we tend to try to avoid. The most important thing that you can do is embrace them, especially if it came from self-sabotage, okay? If it came from self-sabotage, you must embrace those emotions. They are important. The reality is that if you avoid these emotions that you're feeling about not hitting your goals, or you didn't hit your goals because of self-sabotage, if you try to avoid these feelings, what will happen is eventually they're going to boil up, and then you are going to explode, or you're going to have a meltdown, or something's going to trigger them, or you're going to have a breakdown. And then it messes up your whole day. And so whatever you were meant to do to move the needle forward in your business, now you're not doing, because you're dealing with these explosions of emotions that have created a breakdown or a meltdown or whatever the case may be. And essentially that's self-sabotage. So we want to make sure that you're dealing with the emotions, okay? I know that it sucks. I know that it doesn't feel good, but it's got to be done. And it's got to be done because if you embrace the emotions, you can actually let them cycle through your body within 90 seconds. I teach my clients those things. I teach those my clients in the self-sabotage course how to do that, because it is vital. It is important. And I feel like that's something that we need to learn as human beings, because we were meant to not hold on to emotions into our body. So you want to let them cycle through. You want to embrace the way that you feel, okay? So now that you're embracing the way that you feel, the next thing for you to do is reflect, okay? You've got to reflect on the last year, how it went, what happened, what did you self-sabotage, why did you self-sabotage? You want to dig deep into this last year, okay? Maybe it was just a struggle all the way around and you just survived. And that's okay too. But I want you to be honest with yourself about what happened. This honesty is going to create self-awareness, and self-awareness is vital to any shift, any transformation, any change in your life. And if you're not going to be honest with yourself and you're not even going to reflect about this year, I don't even know why you're bothering to set goals for the next year. Okay? Because if you don't reflect and if you don't create this self-awareness, I promise you, you're going to have the same problems next year. Okay, it just happens that way. So you've got to reflect next, and you've got to reflect openly and honestly with yourself, because number one, I mean, you're working on a relationship with yourself, right? But also not being honest with yourself helps absolutely no one. Okay, so you've got to reflect, feel, and then reflect. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you're going to set new goals. Okay, new goals that are right for you, okay? Stop setting goals that you feel like you should be setting, or that you're setting them because someone told you to set them, or you set them because everybody else is setting them, or you set them because you're not really sure and you feel kind of indecisive about setting them. No, your goals are meant to feel right and aligned for you. Not only are they meant to feel right and aligned for you, they're supposed to scare you, okay? They're supposed to scare you, but they're also supposed to feel right and aligned for you. And if you struggle with alignment, check out this video here. It will help you establish how to create alignment in your life for your business. Okay, so you want to make sure that these goals are actually aligned for you. the worst thing that you can do is set goals because you think that you should be setting them. That is going to destroy your momentum. It's going to destroy your enthusiasm. And that is essentially what type of energy you want when you're heading into these goals, okay? You want momentum, you want enthusiasm, you want to feel excited about them. So, if you hate running, but everybody tells you that running is this fabulous thing or whatever, and that's how you're going to lose weight, which I hope nobody's telling you that, but you get the idea. Okay, don't think that you're going to run a half marathon next year. Okay, it's just not, it's not the reality of it. Okay. So I want you to be aware of those things, okay? If you want to create passive income so that you can go have margaritas by the sea and hang out with your friends and your family, then maybe your goal, may be like, I'm going to create a course. I'm going to create a downloadable item that is going to create passive income so that I can go and be free and live on my terms and do business my way, and I'm just out making this money while I'm drinking margaritas, okay? If that's what you want for your life, then you want to create goals that are going to align with the life that you truly desire, okay? I want you to be aware of that. We're not setting goals just to set goals to the wind, okay? It's not how things work. You want to make sure that you're setting goals that are right and aligned for you, okay? But you are not going to set goals that are right or aligned for you if you're not reflecting and if you're not feeling on your emotions, okay? It's all part of it. It all goes together, or this way. Whatever. So make sure that you are setting goals that are right and aligned for you. And then what you're going to do, instead of taking, this goal is going to be this big, right? You're not even going to take chunks of it. Not even this chunk. You're going to do chunk every single day, or Monday through Friday, depending on what the goal is, right? I know that you need a break or whatever, but when you do need to rest, when you do need to break, okay, you don't allow it to tumble into the next day and the next day and the next day. You allow yourself to break and then get back in. And if you were one of those people that's like, no, I have to be going all the time, I have to do this, that actually creates burnout, and that actually creates self-sabotage. And so if you struggle with self-care, make sure you check out this video, because it will actually help you understand why self-care is truly necessary. So you want to make sure that you are allowing yourself to flow and do at the same time. So you are allowing yourself to receive and do the work at the same time. Okay, so there's got to be a balance. That feminine and masculine energy is so important, okay? The masculine energy is the do, and the feminine energy is the flow. Okay, so just kind of be aware of that, because you do want to have a mix of both. You do want to make sure that you're allowing yourself to rest on a regular basis, because it is vital. It does take a lot to be as creative as you are. So I want you to be aware of that. So you want to make sure you're allowing yourself to take breaks, and you want to make sure that you are setting the goals that are right and aligned for you, and that you've reflected and you've felt all your emotions, so that you can essentially prevent sabotage, so that you can prevent burnout and prevent failure for this next year. And this is how you get it done, okay? So make sure you're reflecting, make sure you're feeling your emotions, make sure that you're actually setting goals that you truly want to set, rather than doing them because Susie and Sally said that this is the best goal to ever make, and so you just jumped on board. We're not doing that. And then make sure that you allow yourself to take baby steps every single day that's really about moving the needle forward, right? And that you also allow yourself to do and flow. And this is how you bounce back and deal with that failure of not meeting your goals from the year before, or if you've sabotaged your goals from the year before. Okay, so make sure you check out that Self-Sabotage Slayer course. There is going to be a huge announcement coming that I'm super excited to share with you, so make sure you check that out. Since I have you, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. This helps build a community and allow more people to see it, and I will see you next Monday. Bye.